Hello, I am Muthu and welcome to Muthu DevHub channel. Visual Studio 2026 is a powerful integrated development environment. The installer has improved a lot, so upgrading from older version is very simple. The Visual Studio 2026 has also AI built into it, so it can help you write code smartly, make it easier to fix mistakes if any. Testing is better and code coverage is available even in the free community edition. In the modern world, while installing Visual Studio 2026, if you just click next, 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 then your hard disk storage will surely become full and slow. Today I will show you how the safe way to install, modify, repair errors, uninstall and import Visual Studio configuration file from one computer to another computer. Let's start now. First, go to the official Microsoft website. Kindly do not use other websites. In case you are not sure about the URL, you can also search Microsoft Visual Studio 2026 download from Google. From there, you can navigate the link. Here you go. Click download for community version. It is free for students and individuals. Now I am clicking free download. You can see the progress. It is currently downloading. Open the file you downloaded. Press continue. If you already have an older version like Visual Studio 2022, don't worry at all. Visual Studio supports side-by-side installation. You can keep your older version and still install this new one safely. Side-by-side installation means you can install and use multiple versions or editions of Visual Studio on the same machine at the same time without any conflict. So in my case, I have Visual Studio Enterprise 2022 in my machine. I select workloads and components manually. If you don't have any Visual Studio version in your system, this dialog box won't appear. Press next. You will see a screen called workloads. This is called workload screen. Please do not check every checkbox. Only choose what you need. For Windows apps, I check. For web apps, check. Look at the size in the corner. Please keep it small. You can add more later. Before you install, look at the location tab. If you have two hard drives, keep the main program on your fast SSD drive. This makes Visual Studio open very fast. Now click install. It is in progress. It will take some time for the completion. Now the Visual Studio Community version has been completed successfully. Now I am going to open Visual Studio Community 2026 from my start menu. Here you go. You can choose the color theme, either dark or light. It's up to you. I choose light. Press continue without code for just for testing. Awesome. The environment is ready now. Did you forget something? You no need to reinstall. Search for Visual Studio installer in Windows. Open it. Click modify. You can add Python or games. It's up to you. For instance, now I'm going to add Python development. Please keep in mind how much is the size additionally going to occupy in your system. Click modify. Python is installing now in the existing Visual Studio version. Awesome. It's completed successfully. If Visual Studio has errors, click more and click repair. Press OK. After repairing completed, please open Visual Studio 2026 again and ensure if the Visual Studio error has been fixed. If you want to remove it completely, click More button and uninstall. That will remove the Visual Studio Community 2026. In case you are still facing the issue in Visual Studio Community 2026 or any relevant Visual Studio version, what you can do, you can go to installation folder and run the tool called install cleanup exe. It will delete everything from the machine. Let me show you how to look for the exe. You can look for Visual Studio installer, right click on that, go to open file location. Again, right click on the Visual Studio installer, open file location. Then This is the actual folder path for the Visual Studio installer. You can look for the exe, install cleanup exe. If you run this, it will clean up completely. You can install again from the scratch. If you buy a new laptop, do you really want to select all Visual Studio workloads again? Microsoft has a very useful feature called export and import configuration. Let's assume this is your old computer. You open Visual Studio installer and look for your desired version. Now I am going to Visual Studio Community 2026 More and export the configuration. I choose my own location. You can confirm these are all the workloads going to export and also individual components. Export. Great. Export has been completed successfully. You can open the folder. Great. These are all the things exported successfully. Copy this vsconfig JSON file using USB drive or cloud storage such as OneDrive or email or network share. Now I am going to show you how to import the VS configuration into your new computer. We assume you have a new computer. Now you are installing the Visual Studio Community version newly. So I am press continue. I choose the option select workloads and components manually. Next, I leave as it is. I didn't choose anything here. Just install. Press continue. Awesome. Now Visual Studio Community 2026 is ready now. Now I am going to import my configuration. See here the workloads automatically selected now, which we are going to install. The individual components also automatically selected. Nice. Now we are going to install. Please take note of the size. 5.28 GB is going to be allocated in the hard disk. Press modify. The installation has been completed successfully. How do you confirm all the workloads are installed successfully? You can go to modify. You can see web application installed successfully, Node.js and desktop development. And also you can confirm the components. That's it. This is the way to export and import configurations from old computer to new computer. Hey, I installed my Visual Studio 2026 successfully. Now let's quickly recap what we learned today. We installed Visual Studio 2026 with the necessary workloads only. For our case, we used Windows application development and web application development only. Then we saw how to modify workloads if you want to add or remove features later on. We used Python development, for instance. Then we saw how to repair Visual Studio. And also we went through safely uninstalling Visual Studio. Finally, we also learned how to export and import settings. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you want more Visual Studio tips and tutorials. Cheers!